Is Tuesday the 7th of February, and this is a quick impromptu live stream to react to this morning's Halifax House Price Index data for February 2023. And I would like to start with a big up shout out to my Twitter follower Luke Jones for being the first one to have a good laugh at me before he even says anything. Ha ha ha. Oh, as soon as I saw the figures come out this morning, the house prices have gone up 1.2% in February, according to Halifax. I thought, oh God, here we go. Who's going to be the first one? Well, I think Luke was the second one. The first one was actually Russell Quirk, who incorrectly used a broken clock as right twice a day analogy, which actually is ironic because it means that he's right, not me, this particular month. But let's just have a quick look. Thank you, Luke. Appreciate the laugh. And I know, how am I going to spin this one? This video is for you, Luke. This is how I'm going to spin this one, okay? So what did the index actually say? So Halifax House Price Index, February 23, were 2.1%. I think that's a typo because down below it says 1.2% higher. They're being a bit, yeah, can you see that? That is actually a typo in their headline, right? 2.1% higher than the same month a year earlier. Oh no, sorry, that's yearly. So that's correct. So 2.1% up on a year earlier, but 1.1% up on January. Okay, quarterly down 2.5%, annually up 2.1%. So actually, the loss in house prices in the last 3 months is bigger than the gain in house prices in the last year. But this is all so arbitrary. Pick a figure, see what it does. This is why the thing that is important to look out for is the trend. And to my great to my great relief, actually, the comment we're about to see now from Kim Kinnaird, the director of Halifax Mortgages, backs up this point. We're going to dig into a little bit. This is only going to be 5 minutes, but so Kim Kinnaird, director of Halifax Mortgages, said, and he reads out the figures, but he goes on to say, still, with the cost of a home down on a quarterly basis, the underlying activity continues to indicate a general downward trend. All right. So a general downward trend is what he's saying, despite the fact that month to month they're up. Now, I had a look at the PDF, which I've linked to in the description below here, by the way. And the PDF is 4 pages and it goes into a bit more detail. Just check you guys can see this. Yes, you can. And so click on the link, have a look at the PDF. It's got the details in there. But this is the bit I would draw your attention to and explain. So this is now diverging. So Nationwide said house prices were down month on month in February. Halifax is saying that they're up month on month in February. So what might the reasons for that be? Well, one of the things that they are all referring to, and I'm going to get to it here, is that transaction numbers are severely down. And what happens when trading volumes, if you like, so if you're talking about the money markets or the stock markets, if trading volumes are down, the number of shares being traded is down, price volatility tends to go up. So in other words, if a price chart graph is doing that, when trading volumes come down, the peaks and troughs of those little spikes in the short term tend to go up and down. So that's why you can see bigger differences. Now, you've also got to remember that the Halifax is only about 15% roughly of all transactions. So that's what they're saying. It excludes cash-only purchases. It's a different set of transactions from Nationwide's transactions. And there could be lots and lots of reasons for this, and I'm not going to speculate on what they are, but I want you to look at this, right? Housing activity. HMRC monthly property transaction data shows UK home sales decreased in January 2023. Let me just get... I'm just going to read this part out. Now, I want you to understand the difference between the seasonally adjusted data and the non-seasonally adjusted data, because when you're looking at month on month, this really matters and will help you understand why this does not change my mind at all about where the housing market is heading. So UK seasonally adjusted, which means smoothed out, residential transactions in January 2023 were down by 2.6% from December's figure. Brackets down 27% on a non-adjusted basis. Non-adjusted is actual, okay? Seasonally adjusted just smooths out the peaks and troughs. So instead of having a jaggedy line like that, you have a sort of line that does that. That's what seasonally adjusted is, right? You look at the actual number of transactions, it's massively different. So the non-seasonally adjusted transaction numbers were down 27% on December, which means that price volatility is higher. So when you're looking at not only higher price volatility for the whole market, but you're also looking at a house price index showing a small section of the market, 1 month's movement one way or the other doesn't make a difference, doesn't affect the trend, which is why I'm glad that they've said the underlying trend is downwards. So for any of you buyers talking to estate agents, you need to be prepared for the gust of guff that's going to come from these figures. It's going to happen. You're going to get it. You're going to see it. And the gust of guff is going to say, prices are going up. See, it's okay. Prices are going back up. We knew it was. And you have to say, well, hang on a second. Didn't the director of Halifax say that the underlying trend is still down? Okay, that's what you need to point out. So that's why you need the link to this document, the link to this Halifax House Price Index page, and quote it and say, but the director of Halifax says that the underlying trend is still down. So don't let them knock you over with a gust of guff, okay? So guys, how am I going to spin this? There's no spin required. I've said from the beginning that month on month can do anything. It's the trend that matters. So this changes nothing. This changes nothing from my point of view. It's a month on month figure. And also the other thing is, that's right, that's the other thing I wanted to actually get you guys to have a look at. Go to the PDF that I've linked to below, scroll down to page 4, actually to the bottom of page 3, where it says editor's notes, and read, I won't go to them all now, but read the editor's notes. If you understand charts and graphs and data, read it, because the most important thing is that these monthly figures are also smoothing out the monthly volatility caused by the reduced number of monthly transactions. Okay, and it says that it's seasonally adjusted using a US Bureau of Census moving average method. So it's not even the average price of the transactions in February. It is a smoothed out, seasonally adjusted version because, as I said earlier, the volatility is increased by the reduced number of monthly transactions. Okay, so guys, any questions, put them in the comments below. And otherwise, have a great day. I've got 6 places left on the first-time buyers trial members group. 6 out of 50 places left. There's a link to that below if you're a first-time buyer and you want to look into that. Thank you for coming and joining. Sorry for the lack of notice. I just wanted to get this out there so you could all have a good look at the figures and decide for yourself. Thanks, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.